On a plateau of medium height at the southern end of Mount Carmel sits the Palestinian village of Azinat. The atlases will tell you that only 2 roads lead up to the height of 317 meters above sea level. One, a road that connects it to Haifa across the Carmel. The second, an unpaved path through Marj ibn Amer. But the truth is that there are many different roads to Azinat, for the villagers know the paths through the Badlands, the cactus, and the hawthorn. There's the hard road to al-Daj, a spring whose name is connected to a battle fought by the revolutionaries against the British in 1936. And from the south, you can easily, moving with freedom away from the paved roads, get to Ashuf and al-Fam. As for Salt Valley, bare of trees, it was a crossing that the villagers remembered well as a path to the east. All the roads and the places are connected to events. There's nowhere that in the memory isn't tied fast to something that happened. The villager can't tell a story without locating it in a place. Even time isn't measured in numbers, but in what happened. The years of harvest and drought, the revolution, the deadly split, the arrival of the British to circle the house and ruin the summer and winter provisions, when they mixed cement with the olive oil and dust with the wheat and chased the chickens and rubbed cement into their heads. This is a small village that rebelled, as the official histories say, against the authority of the state, that is, against the partition resolution that fenced the village into what they named Israel. And like all grand decisions and summarized histories, this resolution smudged every detail and every human feature specific to this small location. But I remember that my grandfather was there in one of the years of the stormy 20th century, perhaps in the 20s, and he woke up one dawn with the crowing of the roosters to go to Haifa. And when he'd saddled and watered his horse, he leaned on a cushion in the sitting room to drink his coffee and smoke his first cigarette of the day. And as though it were a story in a myth, my grandmother thought he was taking too long, so she came in to tell him that the sun had come up and the waves had started to glitter in front of Haifa Plain at the bottom of the hill. And she found him leaning on the cushion with his head to one side, dead. And my mother says that my grandmother's grief for him was colossal, for he was a man who had no like. The resolution came to wipe out the details. But everything in my country is detail. Everything has a name. Stones, trees, seasons, fruits, and people. Why, a place or a thing can even have 2 names at the same time. We understand the settler hatred of Palestinian names. Palestine drives the stranger to despair. In every spot, there's a tree planted by a person. On the slope of every hill, there's a village, and in the valleys, scattered houses that look like they've been there forever. Turn over any stone, you'll see the traces of a spade or a chisel. Palestine was never a wilderness. Well done to the Israeli author Avraham Yehoshua, who saw in his nightmares my village, re-emerging, repopulated, He had the leisure to dream my dream, to dream of me, while I was a refugee laboring unknown. I read that the settlers, after they destroyed our village, built at a distance of 1 kilometer a settlement they named Eliakim. I don't know what this settlement looks like now, but what I do know is that in our village, the foundations of the houses stand and grow green. Through them and around them, the cactus, olive, and wild hawthorn grow green. They live there. On the houses' floors and stones, the trees thicken into a forest, and when this forest burns, the homes of the villagers will stand clear and clear, also the roads, paved and unpaved, that lead into and out of our village.